My music is scary. Thank you so much for the host, HS. Good morning, everybody. Happy Saturday. Are you ready for some jank? I hope that you're all having a wonderful morning. I'm doing well. I hope you're doing well. It is October. One of my favorite months of the year. October and November. So I'm really excited. Just been in a good mood because of that. So I was like, you know what? I finished Wander Song. Should I jump into the next big project that I want to do? Which is the second Ace Attorney game. And I was like, no, I should do something small, like between big projects, because I'm still doing the Nuzlocke 2, which is a big project. So I was like, you know what? I haven't played any Nancy Drew on the stream in a while, and I know that I have more games I want to play on Senior. And then I was like, wait a minute. I have other, like, weird Nancy Drew games that I haven't played yet on the channel. So, excuse you. Goodbye. Hi, Oscar. I'm just teasing. Good morning. So I was like, you know what? I played the Game Boy Advance version of Message in a Haunted Mansion a while back on my stream, and I still have the DVD version of Curse of Blackmore Manor and the Wii version of White Wolf of Icicle Creek. So I pulled this out of my cabinet today, and we're gonna play the Wii version of White Wolf of Icicle Creek. Now, the PC version of this is one of my least favorite Nancy Drew games in the series. The Wii version is the jank version of one of my least favorite games in the series. So I'm so excited to play a janky version of one of my least favorite Nancy Drew games, aren't you? So I decided I'm just gonna go into this with the attitude of like, this is gonna be bad, so let's just laugh at it the whole time. So that's the attitude going into this. I just realized I don't have anything to drink. Maybe I should go get something to drink before we get started. You don't mind White Wolf regular version? This should be fun. Good morning, Disney. You know what? I'm gonna pop this in. And then I'm gonna go get something to drink before we start. Oh my gosh, I just opened this up and I found notes in my sister's handwriting. She must have been playing this at some point. And I like how the disc looks so much like the PC version. It just says Wii. This is a Wii U screen because my sister took the Wii with her when she got married and I kept the Wii U. Alright, I'm gonna pop this in and then I'm gonna go get me a drink. A drink. And then we'll start. So I'll be right back. Okay. I got a seltzer. I was boxing stuff from my dad's house and I asked if I could take all the Nancy Drew games with me so now they can be at my house instead. Uh-oh. Okay. I got my special edition Skyward Sword Wiimote back out. I might have to back up. No, it's a AHA. It's not a Polar. Do I be safe and use the wrist strap? I don't even know. What's happening? Hello? Hi, Zippy. Uh-oh. What's going on? Oh, okay, there we go. Hey, Timo. Good morning. I feel like I should be safe. I should advocate for safety and put on the wrist strap. Oh, look at this. Woo! Look at that. Beautiful. It's beautiful. Ooh, waffles and popcorn. Yeah. Oh, I put it on wrong. I haven't weed in so long that I've forgotten how to do a wrist strap. Okay, here we go. Got it.
Sega.
Can you guys hear everything okay? Let me know if anything's too loud or not loud enough. Right now? Yes? Okay, cool, thank you. Wow. Saving? We did nothing.
Hi,
I
I'm
do
Nancy
remember
Drew.
this.
This is my center of operations, my desk. Go ahead and poke around.
Load a game. There's nothing on this. How to play? Oh my goodness. So if I press B, it's like a back. Okay. Current assignment, head to Icicle Creek Lodge, a small guest lodge deep in the Canadian Rockies of Alberta, Canada, and try to figure out why so many accidents have been happening there. The woman who owns the lodge, Chantal Moique, called me out of the blue, saying that Bet and Ed Raleigh from Shadow Ranch had recommended me. She sounded so desperate that I couldn't refuse. She said she was on her way to Edmonton to meet up with her lawyers, so her handyman, Ollie Randall, will pick me up at the airport. Here we go. I ain't doing this on Senior because I don't hate myself that much. The disc is like...
When Chantal told me you were just a young thing, well, I thought she was pulling my leg. But you're not much older than my little girl, Freddie.
Well, if one of the people at the lodge is to blame for all those accidents, Chantal thinks somebody like me has a better chance of figuring out who it is than somebody more, you know, hard-nosed.
Chantal
Summer,
has a
good
bad
morning.
habit of making up her mind without thinking things clear through. No need for you to tell her I said that, of course.
Is she still in Edmonton?
Afraid so. Insurance company's giving her and her lawyers a real hard time. Left running the lodge up to me. Which is why I'm not real crazy about the idea of having somebody new underfoot, especially if something else happens.
I won't be underfoot, Mr. Randall, and I may be young, but
Oh,
I'm
thank
no
you very
novice
much,
when it comes to
Summer, I
solving
appreciate
mysteries.
it.
We're here, so you'll get to prove yourself soon enough.
This is the one that Anna suggested you play next? Okay.
You hear that? Well, now, what was that?
What was that? Good morning, Jeremy. How's it going?
Was anyone in the bunkhouse when it exploded?
No, ma'am. Everyone here at the lodge is accounted for.
That's where Elsa and Becky had been living. Guess it was a good thing they quit after all. Elsa was my maid and Becky was my cook. Does the sheriff have any idea why the bunkhouse exploded?
He said he'd know more after the lab was done running tests on the debris he'd collected. He did say the blast was pretty powerful.
One of his deputies found the knob to the back door clear out on the highway.
That does it. Nancy, you have to find out who or what is behind these incidents, and you have to do it
That sounds
fast.
like a threat.
You sure you don't want to give your daddy a call?
My dad runs a whole chain of resorts, Ollie. If you think I'm going to admit to him that I can't handle running just one, guess again. Besides, Nancy comes highly recommended, and I'm sure she's got a foolproof plan for getting to the
Kind
bottom
of sounded
of
like she was,
Don't you,
didn't it?
Nancy?
Well, I was thinking that maybe I'd just be your new maid.
You want to be my maid?
That would give me access to everyone's room, and I could question people without making them overly suspicious.
Oh, yeah, that's an excellent idea. All right, you're my new maid.
The last time I saw
In
someone
fact,
play ice
you're
was
my
when
new
he was
cook,
speedrunning it
too.
the other day, and there was a lot of
Your
aggressive
cook?
clicking.
Well,
That kind of
way,
sums
Ollie
up
can stop pretending
speedrunning in
he can
general, is
read a
aggressive
recipe, let alone
clicking.
follow one. You'll have even more excuses to talk to the guests, and I won't have to pay anyone.
Why, I think that's a fine idea, ma'am.
Now we're not
I think that's a
taking
fine
any more
idea
guests
that you
until
won't
an
pay
accident
Nancy
scene
for
has
her
been cleared
hard
up.
work and
So I want
take
both
advantage
you
of
to
her
make sure that
kindness.
the 4 guests we have are well
Yeah,
taken
calming
care of.
E-voice is true.
Especially that Olympic caliber cross-country skier from Fredonia, Yanni Volstaya. The flair he brings to the lodge is just what I need to attract the European jet-setting crowd.
I'm gonna be pretty busy trying to get rid of that wolf, Chantal.
We heard it howl last night, just before the bunkhouse blew up.
Well, do whatever you have to, Ollie. Oh, and Nancy, I want you to call this police detective I've hired as a consultant. I put his number on the phone there at the lodge. In fact, I think you know him. Tino Balducci? I gotta go. My lawyer's here. Good luck, you guys, and keep me posted. Coming!
Tino Balducci.
Your favorite, Disney.
I'll get you a master key and leave it in
Tino's
your room.
back.
If you need anything else, I'll be in the basement.
Thank you for the host, Timo. Oh, it's so, like, finicky. I have to hold my thing so still.
This must be the key Ollie said he'd leave for me. And this must be a list of which guest is in what room. That'll come in handy.
These items have been added to your inventory. Press minus to access them. Got it. My closet key, master key. I like how it tells you what everything is. Alright, maid duties. Daily cleaning, pick up laundry bag. Enter and clean only those rooms displaying the housekeeping sign. Make the bed, remove used towels and washcloths. All rooms displaying the housekeeping sign must be cleaned no later than noon. When finished, drop the laundry bag down the chute. So who's actually doing the laundry? Like, I'm gathering all the laundry, and then the laundry bag magically reappears at 5:45 a.m. Who's doing the laundry? Is it Ollie? And is he doing it at 3 a.m.?
Shoveling snow. Looks like I'm going to be doing a little bit of everything while I'm here. Report all avalanches to the Avalanche Patrol.
And where is the laundry? It's got to be in the basement. It's got to just be like, there's like a washer and dryer tucked away in the basement somewhere. I wish laundry did itself in the real world. Cooking. Breakfast is served from 7. Okay, so we slept through breakfast. I'm sure nobody's mad. And then lunch is noon to 1 and dinner is 6 to 7. Maybe the laundry gets done as it goes down the chute. That would be cool. Bed. So comfy. That was a waste of time. I wish laundry folded itself. I could handle the washing part. That's true. Folding and putting away is the longest process. We gotta do laundry for the rest of our lives. Not if we throw away all of the clothes after we wear them once and just buy new clothes. Everybody wants housekeeping. I guess I better go do that, huh? Tips and tricks. It's true. Gotta be pretty rich to do that, or just don't eat. A brilliant plan. All right, let's not go through the emergency exit. Obviously, this is the best advice.
Spicy devil villain venom my foot.
She's still upset about that? Alright, let's do laundry. I do like, while I don't love this game, I mean, I love all Nancy Drew games, so this is within the context of the series. While this is not one of my favorite Nancy Drew games, it has a great soundtrack. Nancy says like 30 different things in the bathroom.
Chantal, this is my formal notice of resignation. Please call me at 555-2383 if you expect any delay with the check. Elsa.
This is helpful. I don't remember this being in the PC version. So why do they have this in 2 places? I don't get this. Oh, hi, Tabby. Thanks for popping in to say hello. I hope you have a good rest of the day. I appreciate you. Unpopular opinion. My favorite parts about this game is the cooking and the fox and geese. So I don't mind fox and geese, but I do find it cumbersome and like a punishment that you have to do it so many times successfully.
Contents
I
deleted.
do like the cooking though.
I wonder why.
So this is, can you imagine if a hotel or resort or whatever deleted all of their records from the previous year? I worked at a hotel for 11 and a half years and we kept records for like 20 years. Yeah, so here's my issue with this game. I've mentioned this before when I've played this game and when I've voice chatted with others while they've played it, like Terror. But this is my biggest issue with this game. The game is fun, but I despise that you must interrupt your mystery flow 3 to 4 times a day to do your chores. So you may be on the clear other side of the property doing something and you're like, shoot, lunch is in 20 minutes. I must stop what I'm doing and get back and do lunch. And that's what frustrates me. That's the part that's frustrating. The puzzles are okay, although some of them are, again, cumbersome. You know, the atmosphere is good, you know, all of these things. I think the characters are fairly interesting. It's that you have to stop what you're doing multiple times and be like, I can't solve this puzzle right now because I have to go make dinner or whatever. You know what I mean? Like, that's the part that I'm just like, ugh. And if you don't, you get punished and you have to fast forward to the next meal or whatever. So you're like, crud, I needed to go do something in the afternoon while it's warm outside, and now I have to wait till the next day because it fast forwarded me to breakfast or whatever it is. There's so much. Why don't most people, anybody throw this away? My darling Elsa, remember how I told you I love you more than anything? Well, that was true, but what's even truer is I'm going to love you forever. Sometimes thinking about forever makes me dizzy, like when I start thinking about the sky and how it doesn't stop at the moon or the sun or even the Milky Way, but just keeps going and going. But when I think about you, forever seems totally cool, because it's one thing to just keep going and going around by yourself. But to keep going and going and going with somebody, that's awesome. Write me back as soon as you get this. I can't wait to see you next week. Love forever, L. Where is Lachlan when you need him to narrate? It'd be great if he could just pop in here and narrate real quick for us and then go do whatever he does nowadays.
This looks like part of an old photo. Wonder if I can find any more
I hope Lachlan's
pieces.
doing well. I think about him sometimes. Is this the L that was in your Pokemon party? Oh, L is the best? From my Emerald run? Is that what you're talking about? If so, yes. So Lachlan was, when I first started streaming and kind of found the
Looks
few
like Elsa
people
was
that were
having major
fans
boyfriend
of
problems.
or streamers of Nancy Drew back like 5.5 years ago. And it was like CJ, Axel, Hugh, B or Brandon, a few others, Brooke, a guy named Ben. Lachlan was one of those people for the first couple years of me streaming, and so I think at that point he had come into my stream that time, and I was like, I need nickname suggestions, and he was like, you should nickname your Pokemon L is the best. He's still active on Instagram. There's that. I noticed that. He just hasn't been on Twitch in a million years. So, you know. He's probably gonna... His ears are probably burning right now and he's gonna pop in. Elle's the best. Yeah. Okay. Dearest Elsa, you said in your letter you love me forever back, but if that's true, why'd you put off coming here to see me? When I read you weren't coming, I stopped and looked around because it felt like someone had just walked up and stabbed me through the heart. I'm starting to get real jealous of that lodge you work at. You spend way more time there than you do with me, and I don't like it a bit. I can't help myself. I'm so in love with you, it's getting hard to see straight, and that's the truest thing I've ever told you. Come see me next week. Totally and completely yours, Elle. Okay, ladies and gentlemen, if somebody treats you like this, and they say that they're in love with you, and they start to get aggressively angry at you having a job, they're bad news. That's a red flag, run away. Is this the same one I just opened? Yeah. Whoa, the time is just flying by in the game.
Looks like Elsa was having major boyfriend problems.
Dear Elsa, this time when I read your letter saying you weren't coming, I didn't get sad, I got mad. I can't believe you think working as a stupid maid at some stupid lodge for some stupid lady whose name I can't even pronounce is more important than spending time with me. If I didn't love you so much, I'd tell you to take a flying leap. But since I love you more than anything, I'll just have to do something else. Like maybe take your precious collection of dolls out of the box you stored in my garage and dump them down to disposal. Or maybe I'll sell them by auction for a nickel a piece. I don't know how else to make you understand that I love you with all my heart and I always will. Abusive! Okay, I guess we'll go do the laundry. I like how it tells you whose room it is without you having to, like, look it up. Oh, he made his bed already? Alright, whatevs. Winter Sports Monthly! This guy looks really excited. What is on his back? Doesn't that look like a gun? He's prepared for bears, I guess. Or polar bears. I don't know. I don't know what the threats are. Alright, so... Apparently this is a big place for winter sports competitions. How do I... There we go. Threats are big wolves. Oh, got it, got it. That makes sense in the context of this game. Navigating this is a little bit difficult, so I apologize for the slowness. Ah! Art supplies. Whatever this is. Yeah, it's... I have to hold... I'm like holding it like this in my lap so that it stays steady. Structural engineering. Rudimentary geology. Large machinery safety protocols, which if you look at this book from afar, it doesn't look like a gear, it looks like a movie reel, doesn't it? I like this color green. So why does Guadalupe Camillo have this? Does she have a secret crush on Yanni Volkstaya? She already pulled out the poster and is like hanging it somewhere. Some believe he studies his competitors so he can eliminate them. Wait, so they have the same ad on 2 pages. Biathlon Bob's tip of the month. Also, who is this? How do these pages work? I'm a little confused. All right, put the laundry away. Just in time for us to do lunch, which means we'll basically get no
where I dropped the laundry bag after
mystery
I'm done cleaning
done.
all the rooms. This is
Oh,
where I
okay, I forgot about how to open the
dumped the
inventory.
laundry bag.
Got it. Got them double abs to really secure the business, it's true. Let's just go down here, I guess, first. I like how it has to do loading every time I walk.
I think I'd rather use the main door upstairs.
Hi.
Oh, no.
Is something wrong?
You are what is
Thank
wrong.
you.
Chantal said there will be no more guests to make noise at all hours and disturb my training. Yet what stands before me? A new guest.
It is a little bit
I'm not
painful,
a
but I'm
guest.
trying to keep
Nancy Drew,
spirits
the new
high.
maid, and the new cook.
Forgive me. Allow me to start over. I am Yanni Volkstaya. I am here to train for the Eastern European Cross Country Championship. I spend my days doing interval work, drills, and isometric exercises. I follow a strict program, one painstakingly designed by a team of the best coaches in Fredonia. In fact, under no circumstances are you to use your key to let anyone into my room. My competitors are constantly spying on me, trying to steal my techniques.
You think someone's spying on you way out here?
One can never be too careful, so know this. If anything is missing or so much as out of place in my room, you can expect a visit from me, and it will not be a pleasant one.
I hear that a major cross-country skiing competition may be held in this area in a couple of years.
This is very true. It will rival the Olympics.
I also hear that you can be pretty imaginative when it comes to gaining an edge on your competition.
My competitors will stop at nothing to defeat me. I am forced to seek out and exploit every possible advantage open to me. I take no pride in some of the things I've done to bring victory to my country, but I have no choice.
Oh my.
Have you ever seen the wolf while you were out training?
No, for which I'm very grateful. In my country, in Fredonia, it is said that the gaze of the wolf will make you go blind.
Really?
They are creatures of infinite evil.
Infinite.
And that is all I'm going to say on the matter.
I've disturbed you long enough.
Come back anytime.
Here's the washer and dryer, obviously. He just throws everything into the sauna for a couple cycles. Obviously, yeah.
This is so invigorating.
Can you guys hear the disc in the Wii U like it's like struggling so hard. Low key, yeah, I think I can. It's so loud.
I'm just trying to get the lay of the land, or the lay of the lodge in this case.
Well, this is my
I'm gonna eat
workshop.
some quackers.
I'm building something that's gonna solve all our problems. A wolf trap. One that'll finish off that thing out there once and for all.
You think the wolf is causing the accidents?
Not a doubt in my mind. Everything was A-OK till it showed up and started howling. It's bad luck, and something's protecting it.
Oh, my crackers are in the way of my
unnatural.
sensor bar.
Does Ms. Mawikwe know you're doing this?
She knows she doesn't want that thing around her guests, and you heard her. I'm supposed to do whatever I think is necessary to get rid of it.
You want to destroy it just because it howls at weird times?
Let me tell you something. Yesterday I went looking for it. I tracked it and finally found it, sitting across the creek, not 20 yards away from me, just staring at me. So I raised my rifle, drew a bead, and fired. Easiest shot I've ever taken in my life. And I missed. So I fired again, and I missed, and then I missed again, and all the while it just sat there staring until finally it just stood up, walked toward the brush just as calm as could be, and disappeared. Wild animals just don't act like that, and I just don't miss like that. There's something real weird about that wolf, and I ain't gonna rest till I get rid of it. So maybe we should just find something else to job out. You met my little girl yet?
No, but you mentioned that her name is Freddie?
Yep. Spends most of her time outside. She built herself a little snow fort. Just sits out there waiting for somebody to go by so she can pick a snowball fight with them. I keep asking her how she manages to stay warm all day, but she won't tell me.
I like how it
Says
just
she's
covers
got
up
a
his entire
secret
face.
weapon. Yeah, she's something.
Does your wife, Freddie's mom, does she live here too?
In the summer she does, but in the winter she goes south. See, she's got this nerve condition that makes her real sensitive to cold. Freddie'd like to go with her, but until Chantal stops putting off giving me that raise she promised me, Sending Freddy south, too, is out of the question.
How long have you worked for Chantal?
About a year and a half. I was her first hire. Best hire, too. I could run this place single-handed if I had to, just like I'm doing now.
The first time I talked to Chantal, she mentioned you used to be a rancher. Do you miss ranching?
Yeah, a little. Tough life, though. Owned my own spread about 15 years ago. Well, bank owned most of it. And after 2 bad winters and 1 bone-dry summer, the bank owned all of it. But I've learned a whole lot since then. I could make it work now. Just need to find the right property, get my hands on enough cash to make a down payment, that's all.
Can you tell me more about the accidents that have been happening around here?
Nope, sure can't.
You can't or you don't want to?
Chantal and those lawyers of hers said I couldn't talk about them. Supposed to direct all questions to her. Sorry.
I'd better get back upstairs.
If you need anything,
Single-handed?
just holler.
Excuse me, who's doing all the cooking, cleaning, and mystery solving? True. But before we got here, it had to be Ollie that was doing it all. It's so crazy he'd send his wife away rather than go with her. Maybe he likes it that much up here. This game sure does have a lot of characters. It's got 5 in-person characters and like 1 million phone characters.
Aha! Another piece of that torn-up picture. Bone which Trapper Dan found near the lodge. He believed it came from a race of giants known as Rexes. The bone's not there. Wonder what happened to it.
Theodore Roosevelt and Trapper Dan.
Trapper Dan's needle.
Whoop. Like sometimes the cursor just jumps.
Trapper Dan, seen here with his pet pig, Mary.
Mary. Lizzie Applegate.
Young and old alike have stayed at Icicle Creek Lodge throughout its
Oh, that scared me.
Looks like some of the pictures are
Good morning, Brett. Ugh. Okay. Hello, good morning. Oh my gosh, this looks painful. Oh, maybe this isn't painful. Nothing happened. Ohayo gozaimasu. Good morning. Just woke up like 5 minutes ago. I hope you had a delightful sleep. I can't cook yet, right?
Not time for kitchen duty yet.
This is a cool picture. I've never noticed that before. I woke up because Sujung jumped up behind me and started kneading into my back. He was probably hungry. It's like 5 minutes off. I think it starts at noon, right? Food poisoning, wolf, plague, Icicle Creek Lodge. I also like Area Man attacked by Wolverine. Is this his picture after the attack? Because he seems okay. 4 people were forced to check out early from the Icicle Creek Lodge after becoming violently ill. Edmund Faringdale, 41, his wife Jenny, 38, and their 9-year-old daughter Sue of Westwood, New Jersey, and Becky Stills, 58, of Calgary, Alberta, were admitted to Pineville Hospital early yesterday morning with suspected food poisoning. Lab tests performed on food samples removed from the lodge confirmed the presence of salmonella bacteria in the potato salad, which all 4 had consumed. They are expected to make full recovery. The owner of the lodge, Chantal Moikwe, was at loss to explain how the potato salad became contaminated. The same ingredients used to make the potato salad were used in the other dishes without any of the other guests becoming sick, she said. Moreover, Becky assures me that the potato salad was never left sitting out at room temperature, and she should know she was my cook. None of the 4 victims, including Stills, plan to return to the lodge upon their release from the hospital. If you ask me, the lodge is jinxed, Stills said. Miss Moikwe better give me up trying to turn that lodge into some kind of hoity-toity spa while she still can. First the wolf, now this. I'm leaving and she should too. Stills was referring to the lone wolf, which has been spotted several times within the past week in the Icicle Creek drainage. Because ranchers in the area have reported no increase in livestock predation, authorities are urging hunters not to go after the wolf, contending they would pose a greater danger to visitors to the backcountry than the wolf does. Oh my goodness.
Check your girth, bud.
I will check my girth. The disc is just like...
Well, hello there. You must be the new maid Ollie told us about. I'm Bill Kessler. This guy's Lou Talbot.
Thank you so much, by the way.
What's your name again?
Nancy Drew. Just thought I'd come over and say hello.
Well, Lou here's a grad student. Art major of all things. You're probably gonna need a jackhammer and some
We still have to
hydrochloric
do day
acid
3,
to clean
Coley,
his
so
room,
don't
eh?
worry.
Are you 2 old friends?
Not hardly. I've known Lou for all of, what? About a week, I guess. I checked in right after he did. We sat down after breakfast one morning and discovered that this fox and geese game is pretty darn fun. I've been whipping his tail ever since.
Is this the first time you've been to the lodge?
Yep, sure is. I came for the ice fishing. Of course, knowing there's a renegade wolf running around is kinda dampened my enthusiasm.
Have you seen the wolf?
Just heard it. Every night since I've been here, in fact. Gets creepier each time. They should get rid of it, and the sooner the better. They didn't put up with wolves prowling around this place 40 years ago, and they shouldn't put up with them now.
What are you, Little Red Riding Hood? That wolf's not hurting anybody. People should just leave it alone.
You'll be singing a different tune when it has some little kid for breakfast, then has you for lunch.
Not gonna happen, dude.
Trust me, if something bad can happen, chances are it eventually will, dude. Hey, I know what you can do.
That's a
Shovel the
strange
snow
law of
off the
averages,
skating
but...
pond so we can do some speed skating. Lou here thinks he's faster than me.
You're like ancient. Of course I'm faster than you.
You may have youth on your side, my friend, but I've been working construction since before you were born, which means I am more fit now than you will ever be. Get that pond shoveled so we can settle this, okay, kiddo?
Consider it done.
Bill Kessler is like all those people that you meet that like are so insistent that they know more than you, and then you like flex a little knowledge, and then they're like I'm gonna talk to them again though, because I still have 14 minutes to kill in game. Like an Uncle
You're
Rico,
supposed to
yeah,
be shoveling
exactly.
snow off the pond.
Wow! Look, I thought we were friends.
Not now, kiddo.
Okay. Alright. Cool. Fun talk. I guess I'll look around the foyer for a quick minute. Caution! He's definitely the type to mansplain how to fix a car to a mechanic. Right. Thought we were friends. Not now, kiddo. Oh, what is this? Is this another puzzle piece thing? Yeah.
Aha! Another piece of that torn up picture.
So I have to press 1. We should probably save. What are the options? Everything sounds fine, right? Let's crank the music up. Okay, I sent you a Discord message, but no rush in viewing it. Okay. Do you think you could play this game in VR? I want to play VR. I would play any Nancy Drew in VR, yes. We just watched all the Harry Potter movies a couple weeks ago because we were sick and Jeremy hadn't seen them. I want to read them again now. Game sounds good to me. Cool. I have never read or watched Harry Potter because I've attempted the first movie multiple times and I usually fall asleep a few minutes in. And same with the books. I've tried them a couple times and never, like, it doesn't keep my interest. And I know that sounds crazy, but it's hard. It was hard for me to try to like get into it. So I don't know if I should try again. It's been probably 6 or 7 years since I've tried. But ooh, Phantom of Venice in VR would be cool. Another game that would be really cool in VR, I think, would be Shadow at the Water's Edge, with like the garden in the center of the ryokan. I think would be really cool. Also, VR Deception Island would be really cool when you're kayaking. What else would be cool? They would all be cool in VR. Even Alibi and Ashes would be cool in VR, seeing Nancy's room in VR. I love Harry Potter. I think I've read it like 7 times. I think read them first or watch them with someone who could explain a few things to you. If you want to try again, I'll watch them with you. I do know what Hogwarts house I'm in because I have taken the test online, and it says I am a Ravenclaw, which I think is supposed to be like the smart kids, even though I don't really feel very smart a lot of the time. When I took the test, I answered the questions honestly, and it told me I was Ravenclaw. Hey, Ravenclaw gang. Okay. Yeah, maybe I'll try again to read it, and I'll let y'all know how that goes. Sorting Hat's never wrong. Alright, okay. Oh, it's 12:04. It's time to make lunch. Are you guys excited to make lunch on the Wii? It's gonna be so terrible. You're actually half Ravenclaw and half Hufflepuff. Okay. Interesting.
There you are. Now
This
we
is
can get
very
this meal
different.
started. You ready?
I guess.
Okay. First thing we gotta do is get all the ingredients and
Oh,
supplies
okay,
we'll
Coley.
need.
That's a good
You
idea.
can find everything right here in this area of the kitchen. All the recipes you'll need are right in the cooking manual. Try to make it fast so the guests aren't left waiting around. Okay, time for quesadillas.
Okay, so I need to get everything. Let's look at this. Okay. So these are all the things you need for quesadillas: French toast, steak and corn. Yeah, but how do you make it? Salmon and salad, hamburger, omelet, French toast, quesadilla. I'm so confused. So I guess I just gather all of the things. I could loan you the first audiobook. I could give you my Audible login. Oh, okay. I'll let you know. Is this tomatoes? No? All right. Plates. Got them. Cooking spray. Got them. Green pepper. Got it. Tomato. Cheese. Where's tortillas?
Got
Got
them
it.
all. Nice job.
Hello, Hope Follows. How's it going? Pleasure to make
All
your
right,
acquaintance.
time to start cooking. Try not to burn anything, and make sure you get the orders up nice and quick.
What are
so
you
I can serve the
expecting
food
me
promptly.
to do, sir? Shred. Shredded. Cut. Yeah. Like this. I've never played this version of this game. Oh, yeah. We are chefs. Cut. Oh, what? Excuse me? Hello? Okay. Oh, yeah. Oh, yeah. Beautiful. Press and hold A and B, place it into a pan. So I need to do cheese, tomato, pepper. Place one more tortilla. Oh,
What are you
no.
doing?
Flip. I gotta be faster. Okay. Got it. Boom. Okay. All right, here we go. Boom. 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 Flip. 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 Then we wait. I'm afraid to make 2 at a time. I don't think I'm good enough. Plate. Chop. Chop.
Some of the guests complained about burned quesadillas.
Apprentice chef? I only made 2 quesadillas. Okay. This is like cooking, mama. Yeah. It's sliced after you paused. Yeah. It's very weird. Oh boy. Yeah, so I've played every Nancy Drew game on my channel once. Some twice because I've been playing some of them on Senior, and now I'm going through all of the strange version of games. Sorry, there was a weird thing happening outside my window. Like I played the Game Boy Advance version of Message in a Haunted Mansion. I've been playing some of the not her interactive Nancy games, like the weird ones by THQ that were on the DS, etc., etc. I don't always play Nancy Drew, but I've been streaming for many years, so I started out playing only Nancy Drew, and then occasionally revisit the series. Okay, I guess we'll go do the... Oh, actually there's 6 characters, because you have Freddy. I've played all the games on PC, Wii, and DVD. Nice. Okay. We'll go shovel the pond, I guess. I love loading every time I walk. Yes, Lanny voices Freddy as well. She also does Lulu and Cuckoo. Hey Coco, good morning. Wow, I hardly got cold at all during this huge walk. What the heck?
Guess I better get this pond shoveled off.
I assume it works the same way. Oh, cool. I've never played Skyrim. I know she plays Luke in all of the Layton games. I'm doing well, Coco. How are you doing this morning? What's your opinion on how this sounds? All right. Oh my goodness, hang on. Stressful week of makeup work is over, thank goodness. Thank goodness. I've never played Layton. I don't think I would enjoy it. If you're not like big into puzzle games, then you probably wouldn't, but I do think the voiceover is really good and the animation during the animated cutscenes. Had to step outside to get a package. Exciting. Things in the mail are always exciting. Okay, so all of these are touching one, so I think that would be one. This is touching too, but it could be up here. Yeah, I think this one's gonna be one right here. Yeah. Thank you for doing all the shout outs. It depends on what the puzzles are. It's the animation I don't like. Oh, okay. Got it. I fully enjoy the animation, so we just differ in that way, which is fine. So, what's your favorite Nancy Drew game? Mine is Shadow Ranch. Followed by
That ought to do it.
Shadow at the Water's Edge, Ghost of Thornton Hall,
Wait a second.
Labyrinth of Lies, and Phantom of Venice. Those are my
look
top
like
5.
wolf tracks. Maybe I should find
I
out
ordered
where
dice
they
for the
go.
3 members of my in-person D&D campaign that fit their characters. Oh, that's so cool! I like that I changed the mat to teal because I think it just makes the screen look a little more interesting. I want to do a sorter of Nancy Drew games like we do K-pop song covers. Me and
That
Holland
must be
did a
Trevor
tier list
Dan's
of
needle.
Nancy Drew game covers, which
this
was
doing
fun.
here?
But I would absolutely
Strange.
tier
It's halfway in and halfway
like
out.
Nancy Drew games.
This thing must
But we
open
may
up
have very
somehow.
differing opinions as well. I'm glad that you seem to stay warmer in this game. Chicken Ridge. Doesn't it look like that one cliff is like a hand going like this? That's true, the thermometer wasn't very cold. But I still feel like you get colder in the PC game. Explosion!
Sounded like an explosion.
I didn't hear it at all.
What's that noise?
Pretty sure that's why it's called Chicken Ridge, because it looks like a oh, is it? That makes sense. Oh no! Man, we're already getting buried. I feel like I'm moving very fast in this game. Chicken hand. The Wii remote's giving me nostalgia.
I'm buried in snow. I've got to dig myself out before I run out of air. I'll never make it. I can barely
So
breathe.
stop talking!
Someone's up there. Help! I'm down here, right under you. Can you hear me? Help! I can't breathe. It heard me. Thank goodness.
Wow, that
Easy. It's
animation!
okay. I'm not real happy about the situation either.
Thank you!
It's gone, but thanks to that hole it dug, I can breathe again. Now if I can just pull myself out.
I feel like if this was real life, Nancy would have died. Don't you think?
I'm not going out there again. Too dangerous.
Yeah, the wolf looks very different. Nancy uses all oxygen by yelling about not being able to breathe. Yep. Exactly it. Wow, and only like an hour's gone by since we finished lunch.
This must have been made by the explosion I heard.
I have multiple because I can't just pick one. Top 5 would be Shattered Medallion. Interesting for a top 5 pick. I think a lot of people don't really like that game, comparatively, like compared to the others in the series. But it's actually one of my best friend's top 5 games as well. So it's cool to see somebody else that really loves Shattered Medallion. Water's Edge, Scarlet Hand. Oh, Scarlet Hand's my favorite of like the classics, which is what I know they're not like officially dubbed the classics, but I always like group Nancy Drew games into like generations by how the UI, like the interface looks, and so I consider games 1 to 9 to be like the classic generation, and Scarlet Hand is my favorite of those. Blue Moon Canyon, Deadly Device, and Labyrinth of Lies. Those are good picks. It's hard to pick a favorite game, especially because,
cool.
like for instance, I have a lot of times where I'm just like, this game is not typically a favorite, but I'm in like such a mood for that. Like actually lately I've been in a huge mood to play Danger by Design, so I might play that one on stream soonish. I'm biased. I absolutely love Sunny June. That's fine. Sunny June's a cool character. I keep getting a lot of notifications. Also, I sent many snaps to you. Oh, is that what I keep happening? It is okay. Okay. Do I need to look at the snaps right now? Or will I be able to look at snaps later? Play Dan as soon as you finish Ice. Maybe I'll do that. Why not, you know? I don't remember which way to go, so I'm just gonna go this way.
Go back to Chicken Ridge
okay,
and
not
risk
that
getting
way.
caught in another avalanche?
They're videos of dice. Oh, okay. Cool. I will watch them later on. Literally, it just takes forever for it to load, and then we move, and then it loads some more, and then we move. Oh my goodness, I've already been live for an hour and 12 minutes. What in the worlds? Time just flies when you're having fun. Notice how all my picks involve learning history. I love learning just about anything. I mean, when I was a kid, one of the reasons I loved Nancy Drew so much is because I felt like I was learning something without it feeling like school. So I totally get that. And, okay, so my mom, she teaches science sometimes to high schoolers, homeschooled high schoolers, and she'll do a lot of, like, science labs. Her degree's in biology, so my mom will do a lot of, like, biology labs and, like, chemistry labs with, like, other homeschool families that we know, and when they, you know, need to get some, like, science lab credits. So she'll teach, like, you know, all of that good stuff, and she has used Deception Island in her marine bio class before at the end of the year when they had finished everything but still needed to get, like, you know, a few small lessons in, and she'd be like, all right, well, we're done with everything, so let's just play Danger on Deception Island. And she's done that a few times, so I always think that's kind of like a fun thing, and the kids all seem to like that, of course. Sometimes I just read Wikipedia pages for fun. I do too, actually. One time I got really into reading about royal families around the world. Like, not just the British royal family, but, like, royal families from all over. And I spent, like, days on Wikipedia. Do I remember all of it?
Much
No,
better.
I remember hardly
really
any
cold.
of it. But it was fun. I'm glad to hear that from another person other than myself. I hear too many people say they despise school and are glad it's over. No, I didn't despise school at all. But, you know, sometimes just being a kid and, like, I think it more so comes down to, like, the grind of, like, repetitive lessons and repetitive, like, schedules, I think, is sometimes, for me, it was more so the repetition that I didn't enjoy about school. But actually, I mean, I love learning things. Okay, science over. Time for chowder and crabs. Don't forget blueberry muffins. Alright, what am I doing again? Oh, there was more I needed to look at outside. I just wanted to warm up. I like school, but I don't like the drama at school. Oh, absolutely. People are frustrating. What time does dinner start? Is it 5 or is it 6? I also need to let our friends know that I finished the skating pond. This is gonna be fun.
Huh, who goes there?
Nancy Drew?
Nancy Drew shall not pass unless and until she proves herself
Okay.
worthy.
I'm afraid I don't know how to do this
How
on
does she do
Wii.
that?
By hitting the Snow Princess 10 times. Snowballs only, no ice balls.
What are ice balls?
Snowballs made of ice.
Okay, have a
If you
good
get
rest
hit
of the
with one,
day.
it can knock you out.
Thank you for
So
coming
don't
in.
throw
It was
your
good to
arms
meet
out
you.
like that.
You must be Ollie's daughter, Freddie.
I am the Snow Princess. Prepare to defend yourself.
What the heck? I missed. Oh no, this is gonna be terrible. How come every time I start something, the Wii remote interrupts? Got him. Uh-oh, uh-oh. Why does my remote keep turning off?
Hey!
I don't know if I'm gonna get this. Which number is mine? Okay. Oh, slow. Oh, I think I keep shaking the batteries out of my Wii remote. Or something. I don't know what's happening. It's also very difficult to aim very quickly.
So you may pass.
Oh, okay, we did it. One of Freddy's oops noises makes me laugh so hard every time.
The face from a clock, it's all melted. Part of the timing device that was used to trigger the bomb that blew up the bunkhouse, maybe?
How are you guys doing? This is one of the few games I have but never finished because I'm terrible at foxing geese. Foxing geese is tricky.
An ice fishing shack. A nice warm one at that.
I like this one. Don't fall. Whoa, 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 whoa! You like this? Hello? He doesn't like that. Do I need to aim the bottom hook at their face? Do you like this? Oh no. Knew that was gonna happen.
My line just bit the dust.
I need to figure out how that works, so let's try it again. I don't are there lures in the PC version? Did I just forget? Hi. Hi, friend. It's so hard to keep this steady. What the heck? How do I do?
A sturgeon chewed right through my line.
I don't think there were. Yeah, I don't remember lures. Let's try worm lure. Come on, fishy, fishy.
A sturgeon chewed right through my line.
Look, I don't have to be fishing anyway, so we're done. We're done with this for now. Ugh.
Found another piece of that picture.
No kidding. It might in the computer, and I just don't remember. So I need to go out.
I better not follow this trail until I know for sure where it goes.
So I still need to go to Trapper Dan's Needle. I wonder if I can get there and get back before dinner.
Ah, much better. I was really cold.
Dinner is at 6. Yeah, I should be able to get there and get back. I want to play the cooking game in this now. I love cooking mini games. They're fun. The best cooking mini game in the Nancy Drew series though is in Waverly. I think the Snack Shop is the best one. Oh, this is where I came from, because we already looked at the needle. I'm being silly. I'm being silly. Maybe we should call some people. Yeah, I think the Snack Shop is the best one. I don't even like Waverly like that, but
I feel warmer already.
It's a solid one. Shadow Ranch Cake Bake is pretty awesome too. We'll just call everybody until it's time for dinner.
Sheriff's Office, this is Mohican.
Hi, this is Nancy Drew at the Icicle Creek Lodge. We met the other night when you were investigating the bunkhouse explosion.
Oh, yeah, that bright kid from the States.
Not
what do you
Tino.
need?
Please do not call Tino.
Well, I found a melted clock face close to where the bunkhouse used to be.
Going to, though.
And I wondered if it could have been what triggered the explosion. You know, the timer.
I found that clock face too. Left it there because any fingerprints on it would have melted away along with everything else. And besides, Ollie Randall said all the room clocks at the lodge looked like that. Could have been one that was in the bunkhouse to begin with.
Oh, right.
You shouldn't go poking around on your own like that. There could still be explosives lying around. Although I hear it takes a pretty big bang to set off C4.
C4?
Plastic explosive? That's what blew up the bunkhouse. Lab result came in less than an hour ago.
Did the lab results show anything else?
Nope. Unfortunately, that bunkhouse wasn't particularly well made, so when it exploded, pretty much everything got melted into a blob or blown to smithereens or burned to a crisp.
I like this guy's voice.
That C4 plastic explosive stuff, I'm assuming it's not something you can just buy at your basic hardware store?
No, but it's not that difficult to get. Not if you're in the military or do any kind of demolition. In Eastern Europe, it's called Semtex. It's not that hard to handle either. For somebody who's had training in explosives, it's a piece of cake.
I almost got caught in an avalanche at Chicken Ridge that was triggered by a big explosion.
An explosion? Are you sure it wasn't just the sound of someone shooting a rifle, maybe?
No, it sounded like someone had set off a bomb. In fact, afterwards I found a crater,
Yeah,
like
there's an
someone had
explosive device in
deliberately
here that
blown
will
a
blow your
hole in the
brains to
ground underneath the
smithereens.
snow.
Unless it was someone shooting
Doesn't it say blow your
off
brains
fireworks or
to
something.
smithereens? Which I think
have
is
no idea what
very
it could have
violent,
been.
but...
Do you need some kind of permit to hunt wolves around here?
No, ma'am.
You mean Ollie Randall can go after that white wolf that's been hanging around outside the lodge and just shoot it?
Yes, ma'am. It's always open season on wolves out here. You can kill as many of them as you want.
Somehow that doesn't seem right.
Well, the animals wolves go after don't have a problem with it. I can guarantee you that.
I think it's funny because he says C4 is the same as Simtex, which could be true, I don't know. But in most first-person shooter games, you can have both C4 and Simtex grenades, and they are two different things. I'm not sure exactly what it says, but it is very violent. I think
I'll let
that
you get back to work.
Have a good day.
Stay Tuned for Danger is one of the, like, darker, threatening games. Like, death threats, poison chocolates, the blow your brains to smithereens. In the book version of Stay Tuned for Danger, the bad guy tells Nancy that they're gonna film Nancy's death and watch it every day and take extreme pleasure in it, which I think is very messed up. When I read Smithereens, I heard Lillian from Stay Tuned for Danger. Matt loves Stay Tuned for Danger. I think it's a great game. I really do, but it's definitely one of the darker ones, I think. Deadly Device is pretty spooky. Yeah, Deadly Device is pretty spooky. I get unsettled vibes playing Deadly Device. Like, you know how some games, like, everybody has the game, the Nancy Drew game, in your mind. If I say, tell me a Nancy Drew game that gives you really cozy vibes. Like, you're gonna usually think of something like Shadow Ranch or even Ghost Dogs, like, you know, or something like Alibi and Ashes. Like, everybody's gonna have a game that they gravitate toward when you say, like, cozy vibes. Deadly Device does not give me any cozy vibes. Something about Deadly Device, I'm, like, tense the whole time. I like Stay Tuned for Danger. Got it to work on my PC. Yeah! Very unsettling. Very, exactly. I would say Clock for cozy. Yeah, that's a really, really good pick for cozy.
Avalanche Patrol, what's your location?
I'm calling from the Icicle Creek Lodge, but I wanted to report an avalanche at Chicken Ridge.
That'll be fun, Britt.
Anyone injured or
Come
trapped?
find me, cowards. I
Not
bet you won't.
anymore.
We'll check it out. Thanks for the heads up.
Deadly
Wait
Device
a
is CJ's favorite
You
as
know
well.
Ollie Randall?
The handyman here at the lodge?
He's also on the patrol. Do me a favor and tell him that the explosives training in Calgary has been postponed till next month.
Explosives training?
Sometimes the patrol has to use explosives to bring down unstable snow. Yearly training sessions are mandatory. Ollie'll know what I'm talking about.
I'll tell him.
Appreciate it.
One more thing. Have any of you guys been setting off explosives anywhere near the Icicle Creek Lodge recently?
Nope.
Well, thanks. Bye.
All right, here we go.
Hey, Nancy. I was wondering when your number
That's
there
okay,
was gonna
Britt.
show up
I'll
on
answer your
caller
question in
ID.
just a sec, Coco.
This is Tino Balducci. Remember me? From that case we solved together on the train? I'm the one who helped you find that long-lost treasure.
I'm not sure helped is the right word, Mr. Balducci.
Please, call me Tino.
In fact, Tino, I'm a little surprised you're still in law enforcement, considering some of the unethical, if not illegal, stunts you pulled back then.
Hey, that's all behind me. Ancient history. Water under the bridge. So, looks like
Oh, it was a joke? Okay,
together
enjoy
on this
getting some food.
sabotage thing, huh?
Looks like.
Well, you'll be happy to know that I'm working on
Oh, you
something
meant
that
sorry,
will
gotta BRB
certainly
because I
watch
called
crack
Tino.
this
I
wide
understand.
open. But in the meantime, what can I do you for?
Okay, so I've told this story in depth before, but I'll keep it brief. But at my 10th birthday party, I was gifted the original Secrets Can Kill. I played it with my mom. It took us like 2 months, which looking back is so silly because now I can play and beat Secrets Can Kill in like 2 hours. But it took us months to figure it out because we were just stuck for so long. When we finally got to the ending scared me so bad as a 10-year-old that I was like, I can never play another one of these. Because I knew there were more in the series, but I was like, we can't do this, Mom. It's too scary. I had to make my mom click because I was like terrified. And I was like, you're gonna have to finish this. I will sit here with you, but you're gonna have to do this, and we're never doing this again, ever. And Mom was like, okay, like whatever, it's your game. So that's happened. But then about 2 years later, I was 12 at the time. Our neighbors down the street had a bunch of daughters, and they were close to my age. And we were hanging out outside like kids used to do, you know, where you'd be like, I'm going to go play outside. And your parents would just be like, okay, just be home by sundown. And you're like, okay. So like we would just play outside for like the entire day. And we were playing outside. We were like jumping on the trampoline or whatever. And they were like, have you ever heard of or played the Nancy Drew games? And I was like, yes. And let me tell you, I hated it. And we're not doing that ever again. And they were like, oh no, well, which one did you play? And I was like, Secrets Can Kill. And they were like, oh, no, that's like one of the scariest ones. They were like, come, you know, hang out at the house and we'll play one. We can play the newest one. And I was like, well, what's the name of the newest one? And they were like, Secret of Shadow Ranch. And I was like, I have that book. And I read that book. And, you know, I've read that book before and I liked it a lot. And they were like, okay, great. Yeah, it's based on that book. Come over and like, we'll play it together. So I was like, all right, but if I get scared, if I get spooked, I'm out. And we'll just stop. And they were like, okay, deal. And so I went over for like a week, you know, after I was homeschooled, but after I did all my school for the day, I would go over in the afternoon and we played through Shadow Ranch and I fell in love. Like everything about it. And that's why Shadow Ranch is my favorite, or part of the reason that Shadow Ranch is my favorite is just because of the memories associated to it. And don't get me wrong, I was spooked, but I wanted to continue. And so after we finished Shadow Ranch, they were like, we have the whole series. And I was like, I want to play all of them with you. So we ended up playing through all of the series up to that point. We played Blackmore Manor when it came out together. We played Secret of the Old Clock when it came out together. And then they moved away. And so starting with Last Train to Blue Moon Canyon was when I started picking them up on my own. And I would play them with Mom. So Mom eventually, and my sister, went back and played from Old Clock backwards with me eventually. But then moving forward, the tradition became where we would go to like Target or GameStop or wherever the day of release, and we would pick up the new Nancy Drew game, and our evenings consisted of 3 of us sitting down together and playing Nancy Drew until it was done. And then when we started learning about pre-orders online, which I cannot remember which game that started with for us, I think pre-orders may have started with like Crystal Skull or Phantom of Venice, like somewhere in that area, we started doing the pre-orders. So we would pre-order online, we'd wait for them to ship it to us, but the tradition still remained where the three of us would sit together every night and we would solve until bed and then until the game was done. And so like that tradition stayed all the way up to really through the whole series. I mean, the three of us until Sea of Darkness, and then my sister got married, but me and my mom played Midnight in Salem together like we always have done. So the tradition still stays alive. But oh, you don't think you've heard this story? I've told it a couple times, but I can't ever remember who's heard it before or not. Dave and his stupid face and his booty. Yeah, exactly. My dad liked playing them with me or separately at the same time, and then we'd talk about them together. Yeah. So Nancy Drew has some good memories. Of the daughters that I played with, my friends who had reintroduced me to the series and showed me that they weren't all as terrifying as Secrets Can Kill. The older one, who was older than me by like 2 or 3 years, she still pops into my streams occasionally. So when she heard that I had started streaming, back in 2016, Nancy Drew Games, I had posted about it on my Facebook, and she had followed me. So she occasionally still pops in. It's very rare to see her, but she does sometimes pop in, especially when I'm playing Nancy Drew, and says hello, so it's always good to see her. I was probably in kindergarten when I played my first, Stay Tuned for Danger, but I don't remember it as my first since I played Ash a lot more. Okay, interesting. So yeah, that's my story. It is very wholesome. Okay.
I'm curious, how do you know Chantal?
Friend of a friend heard about all the problems she was having up there and immediately figured she could use my crime-solving expertise. So I gave her a call, we had lunch, we hit it off, and bingo. I got myself a new client.
How many clients do you have?
I have enough. I mean, you go spreading yourself too thin in this business, and the next thing you know, crime out the wazoo.
Crime out the wazoo.
You sure you don't need a hint or something?
I guess maybe I could use some advice.
Now you're talking. What do you want to know?
Did Bill already ask me about the 2-foot northern pike?
Bill Kessler wants me to catch a 2-foot northern
me.
pike, only my fishing skills seem to be pretty much non-existent.
Nancy. I could catch a 2-foot northern pike in my sleep. Look, first off, check out the computer in the lobby so you know what a northern pike looks like, and find out what it eats. Because if you're using the wrong bait, you won't get a nibble. If you don't have the right bait to start with, well, you'll just need to catch it. I call it working your way up the food chain. Alright, if you want a really hot tip, listen up. Start off with a worm and use it to catch a crucian, that little greenish fish with a red tail. Then use the crucian as bait to catch the northern pike, which is
This is not how you do it in the PC version.
I recommend staying away from sturgeon for anyone who isn't as much of an expert on fishing as, say, me.
Catch a crucian?
Have a little patience. You'll catch
and then
that
use
pike.
a crucian to catch a northern pike? There's so much happening. If I met this man in person, I would deck him in the face.
Thanks for the tip.
It was nothing. Ciao for now.
Nancy's too many questions. Just like Chase says. I think it's gonna rain today.
Hi, Chantal.
Holy
It's
moly.
Nancy Drew.
You know who's behind the accident?
Not quite yet.
Oh.
About Tino, I'm not totally comfortable with the idea of consulting with him on this case.
Why not? Two heads are always better than one, and I find him to be very knowledgeable and kinda charming.
Do you know what he did when we were on that train trip Lori Gerard arranged?
He didn't go into a lot of detail, but he did say that that's all water under the bridge. In fact,
There are
You know, to
so
help
many
you out.
questions, good
That's
lord.
what I'm paying him for. Agreed?
Agreed.
Good.
I'd like to
So
know
you're
more about the
paying Tino to
accidents.
do
I
nothing while
asked
you
Ollie,
don't
but
pay
he
me
said
to
you
do
said he wasn't
everything?
allowed to talk about them.
I didn't mean he couldn't talk about them with you. Ugh. I'll give him a call. As for the accidents, the first thing that happened was the worst. The Faringdale family and Becky the cook all came down with food poisoning and had to be hospitalized. Somehow, the potato salad got contaminated, although Becky swears it wasn't because of anything
She
she
put the
did.
raw chicken juice in there.
I cannot tell you how awful it was. All 5 people became violently ill at roughly the same time. But were they all in the same room? Of course not. They were spread out all over the lodge. Poor Elsa
Exactly,
was cleaning
Coco,
for
exactly.
days. And the odor? Oh my gosh. Anyway, then Carl
Stupid
Jr. slipped off the
Tino.
stairs outside and broke his leg. Then Lou Talbot's window was broken. Then Elsa the maid's tires were slashed. Then the phone wires were cut. And then... Oh yeah, and then the Southwaites were almost overcome by fumes when gas started leaking into the sauna.
But the only incidents that you can be
Let's
sure were
rob him.
sabotage were
Sounds
the
good.
tires, the phone wires, and the explosion in the bunkhouse?
I'm not sure about anything. That's why you're there, to sort everything out before something else happens.
Did you know that some photos are missing from the display case in the lobby?
Really? Last I looked, they were all there. I think.
The caption for them says something like, "Young and old have stayed at Icicle Creek Lodge."
I can't remember what they were pictures
I'm
of.
chilly.
And I sure don't know why they'd be missing.
That bone Trapper Dan found is missing from its case, too.
Bank catsuit robbery.
Accidents? Now
That's what I'm
someone's
gonna be for
stealing
Halloween.
from me?
It's Punchy LaRue.
Nancy, you've got to find out what's going on there. If you don't, I'll never be able to convince my dad I'm not a loser. Ever.
How come the entries for last year were deleted from the guest register?
They've been deleted?
That's what the computer says. Contents deleted.
Well, I didn't delete them. Freddie.
Ollie's daughter? Has she done other things like that?
No, but you know how kids are these days. Always hacking into computers, programming them to spread viruses and steal passwords and blow up the world.
I think that's only in movies. Besides, pretty much all this person had to do was press the delete key.
I still say it was Freddie. Last week, I called that Snow Princess game she's always playing idiotic. I think it hurt her feelings. But she'd just gotten done plastering me with snowballs. What'd she expect me to say? That felt great. Do it again?
The guests that are in the lodge now, did any of them stay here last year?
Let's see. Lou Talbot stayed here last summer, but only very briefly. His car had broken down and he was waiting for a tow truck. Oh, and Yanni, he was here last winter. He and his trainer, they were checking out places to train. They didn't stay long either.
Has anyone talked to you about the
Very
World
cold right
Championship
now. The air is
cross-country
blowing
skiing
onto me.
competition that's going to be held somewhere in this area year after next?
That is something I am not at liberty to discuss.
In other words, the answer is yes.
I didn't say that. Why do you ask?
That would tend to make Icicle Creek Lodge a very desirable piece of real estate, wouldn't it?
If the championship is held nearby, which as far as I know, still hasn't been decided. You think someone's been causing these accidents to run me out of business so they can buy the lodge from me on the cheap?
It's a thought.
And a pretty nasty one at that.
Is it true that you promised Ollie a raise, but you haven't given it to him yet?
He told you that? I can't believe it.
Meaning...
Okay, I mentioned to Ollie once that I thought he maybe deserved a raise, and now every time I turn around, he's all like, "Where's the raise you promised me? Where's the raise you promised me?" Doesn't he realize I have a few other things to think about right
I
now?
mean,
I swear,
it's kind of a crappy thing
sometimes
to
that
do
crabby
to your
little
best
whiner drives
employee.
me nuts.
Nothing else to report.
One more thing. Ask Yanni if it would be all right if I used his name and picture on the Icicle Creek Lodge website. I mean, when I finally have a website, it would be great publicity, okay?
Sure.
Good. Talk to you soon.
Sup, Ned?
Hi, Ned. It's Nancy.
Hey,
Nedward
Nance.
Nicholas
I
Nickerson.
couldn't tell it was you because you're not calling from your cell phone.
No coverage out here. I'm in the middle of the Canadian Rockies, remember?
Oh, I haven't forgotten. Everything okay?
Well, as a matter of fact, just as I got here, the bunkhouse blew up.
Yikes. So there was another act of sabotage?
Looks that way. The sheriff found traces of a plastic explosive called C4 on some of the debris.
So if whoever blew up the bunkhouse is the same person who's been causing the accidents, you're looking for someone who knows something about explosives.
Looks that way, yeah.
Well, that's a pretty good lead. What else have you got?
A lone wolf has been hanging out around the lodge lately.
A wolf? That's kind of cool.
No, what's cool is that it dug me out of an avalanche and saved my life.
You're kidding me. Why would a wolf do that?
I don't know.
He's my
yet.
spirit animal. Oh, it's a girl.
So,
She's
you've
my
got a wolf
spirit
hanging around
animal.
that acts like Lassie. What else?
Bad news. Chantal is insisting that if I need help, I get it from this police consultant she hired. A guy named Tino Balducci.
Tino Balducci? Not that cop
That's
who...
the one.
How does Chantal know him?
Someone introduced them and he charmed her into hiring him. And now I have to get all my hints from
I
him.
like how she sounds like she kind of wants to
Well,
vomit.
I'm sure he'll be very helpful.
Actually, so far he has been helpful.
Oh, as helpful as, say, I would have been?
No way. Are you kidding? Not a chance.
Just checking.
The guy who built Icicle Creek Lodge also built